Hey there, travel enthusiasts! Ready to explore the magic of Paris with us? Today we're diving into the top destinations you absolutely cannot miss when visiting the City of Light. Paris is a city that captures the heart and imagination. So let's jump right in and uncover its hidden gems and iconic landmarks. Stick around, because we have a little surprise coming up later in the video. Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower, the symbol of Paris. This iron marvel stands tall at 324 meters and offers a breathtaking view of the city. Constructed in 1889 for the World's Fair, it was initially met with mixed reactions. Can you believe some Parisians wanted it torn down? Now, it's hard to imagine Paris without it. There are 3 levels you can explore. The first level has a glass floor. Don't look down if you're afraid of heights. The second level is perfect for panoramic photos. And the top level, well, that's where the magic happens. You can see the entire city sprawled out beneath you, twinkling like a sea of stars at night. Make sure to visit the little shops and restaurants on the first and second levels. And here's a tip. Visiting at sunset gives you the best of both worlds. A daytime and nighttime view. Keep an eye out, because right after this, we'll reveal a secret spot in Paris that most tourists miss. Louvre Museum. Next up, the Louvre Museum. This is not just any museum. It's the largest art museum in the world, home to over 35,000 pieces of art, including the enigmatic Mona Lisa and the magnificent Venus de Milo. The Louvre is a treasure trove of history and culture. The building itself is a work of art. Originally a royal palace, it became a public museum during the French Revolution. The famous glass pyramid at the entrance was added in 1989, and it has become an iconic part of the Louvre's architecture. When you visit, plan to spend at least half a day here. The museum is massive, and you'll want to take your time exploring the different wings. Pro tip, download the Louvre's app for an audio guide that will make your visit even more enriching. And trust us, taking a selfie with the Mona Lisa is a must, even if she doesn't smile back. Notre Cathedral. Our third stop is the Notre Dame Cathedral. This Gothic masterpiece has stood the test of time since the 12th century. Famous for its flying buttresses, gargoyles, and stunning stained glass windows, Notre Dame is a sight to behold. Despite the tragic fire in 2019 that damaged parts of the cathedral, restoration efforts are ongoing, and it remains a beautiful and spiritual place. Climbing the 387 steps to the top of the towers is worth every bit of the effort. The view of Paris from there is simply awe-inspiring, and you'll get up close with the famous gargoyles. Inside, the rose windows are a highlight. These intricate stained glass artworks tell biblical stories and cast colorful light into the cathedral. If you visit on a Sunday, you might even catch a mass, which adds to the majestic atmosphere. Fun fact, Victor Hugo's novel, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, was inspired by this very cathedral. Montmartre and Sacre-Coeur Montmartre is like stepping into a different world. This bohemian district has been home to artists like Picasso and Van Gogh. Its narrow, winding streets are filled with charming cafes, quirky shops, and street artists eager to sketch your portrait. At the heart of Montmartre is the Sacre-Coeur Basilica. Perched on the highest point in Paris, this stunning white basilica offers one of the best views of the city. The interior is just as impressive, with its grand mosaics and peaceful ambiance. Don't forget to explore the Place du Tertre, where artists set up their easels and paint portraits and landscapes. And here's a fun little secret. There's a vineyard in Montmartre. Yes, a vineyard in the middle of Paris. Clos Montmartre is a small but charming vineyard that produces wine right in the city. All right, folks, if you're enjoying this journey through Paris, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We've got so much more to share with you, and you won't want to miss any of our exciting adventures. Seineriver Cruise. This is a fantastic way to see Paris from a different perspective. The river runs through the heart of the city, and a cruise will take you past many of the city's most famous landmarks. There are many different types of cruises to choose from: daytime, nighttime, dinner cruises, and even ones with live music. A nighttime cruise is particularly magical as the city lights up, and landmarks like the Eiffel Tower sparkle. The boats usually have open-air decks, perfect for taking photos. You'll glide past the Louvre, Notre Dame, Musée d'Orsay, and more. It's a relaxing and romantic way to see the city, and the commentary on board will give you interesting insights into Paris's history and architecture, Champs-Elysees and Arc de Triomphe. The Champs-Elysees is often referred to as the most beautiful avenue in the world. Stretching almost 2 kilometers, it's lined with theaters, cafes, and luxury shops. It's the perfect place for a leisurely stroll, some window shopping, or a coffee break while you watch the world go by. At the western end of the Champs-Elysees stands the majestic Arc de Triomphe. Commissioned by Napoleon in 1806, it honors those who fought and died for France during the French Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars. Climb the 284 steps to the top, and you'll be rewarded with a panoramic view of Paris, including the Champs-Elysees stretching out beneath you. Beneath the arc lies the tomb of the unknown soldier from World War I, with an eternal flame that burns in remembrance. This spot is not just a tourist attraction, but also a place of deep historical significance and national pride. Musée d'Orsay. Next, let's visit the Musée d'Orsay. Housed in a stunning Beaux-Arts railway station built between 1898 and 1900, the museum is famous for its extensive collection of Impressionist and Post-Impressionist masterpieces. You'll find works by Monet, Manet, Degas, Renoir, and many more. The museum's architecture alone is worth the visit. The Grand Hall, with its giant clock and arched glass roof, creates a bright and airy atmosphere that beautifully complements the artwork. As you wander through the galleries, you'll journey through the development of modern art from the mid-19th century to the early 20th century. Don't miss the upper terrace, which offers a fantastic view of the Seine and the city. The museum also has a lovely cafe where you can take a break and reflect on the incredible art you've just seen. Pro tip, the Musée d'Orsay is less crowded than the Louvre, making for a more relaxed and enjoyable visit. Luxembourg Gardens. Our third stop is the Luxembourg Gardens. Located in the heart of the city, these gardens are a favorite spot for Parisians and tourists alike. They were created in 1612 by Marie de Medici, the widow of King Henry IV of France, for her new residence, the Luxembourg Palace. The gardens are beautifully landscaped with tree-lined promenades, statues, fountains, and flower beds. There's even a pond where you can rent small sailboats. It's a great place to relax, have a picnic, or simply enjoy a leisurely stroll. The gardens also feature a playground, a puppet theater, and even an orchard with apple and pear trees. If you're an art lover, you'll appreciate the many statues scattered throughout the gardens, including a replica of the Statue of Liberty. And don't forget to visit the Medici Fountain, a stunning Baroque fountain located at the eastern end of the gardens. It's a peaceful spot to sit and enjoy the tranquil surroundings. Sainte-Chapelle next. Let's visit Sainte-Chapelle. This Gothic chapel, located on the Ile de la Cité, is renowned for its stunning stained glass windows, which are among the finest in the world. Built in the 13th century by King Louis IX to house his collection of Christian relics, including the Crown of Thorns, Sainte-Chapelle is a masterpiece of Gothic architecture. The chapel's upper level is where the magic happens. The walls are almost entirely made of stained glass, depicting over 1,000 scenes from the Bible. When the sunlight streams through the windows, it creates a dazzling display of colors and light that is truly awe-inspiring. The lower chapel, while less grand, is also worth a visit. It's dedicated to the Virgin Mary and features a beautiful painted ceiling and columns adorned with fleur-de-lis. Palace of Versailles. Located just outside of Paris, this opulent palace was the principal royal residence of France from 1682 under Louis XIV until the start of the French Revolution in 1789. It's one of the most famous and grand palaces in the world, and a visit here is like stepping back in time. The Hall of Mirrors is undoubtedly the highlight of Versailles. This grand hall, lined with 357 mirrors, was where the Treaty of Versailles was signed in 1919, ending World War I. As you walk through, You can almost hear the echoes of the grand balls and ceremonies that once took place here. The hall's chandeliers and gilded decor are a testament to the opulence of the French monarchy. Don't miss the sprawling gardens designed by André Le Notre. They cover nearly 2,000 acres and are filled with fountains, sculptures, and perfectly manicured lawns. The Grand Trianon and the Petit Trianon, smaller palaces on the estate, offer a more intimate glimpse into royal life. The gardens are a perfect place for a leisurely stroll, a picnic, or even a boat ride on the Grand Canal. Pere Lachaise Cemetery. This might sound like an unusual tourist destination, but Pere Lachaise is one of the most famous cemeteries in the world. It's the final resting place of numerous famous figures, including Oscar Wilde, Jim Morrison, Edith Piaf, and Frédéric Chopin. The cemetery itself is incredibly beautiful and peaceful. It's laid out like a garden, with winding paths, towering trees, and ornate tombs and mausoleums. Each turn reveals a new piece of history, from ancient family tombs to modern memorials. The atmosphere here is both serene and intriguing, making it a unique and reflective experience. Oscar Wilde's tomb is particularly notable, covered in lipstick marks left by adoring fans over the years. Jim Morrison's grave is another popular spot, often adorned with flowers, notes, and even the occasional bottle of whiskey. Walking through Pere Lachaise feels like walking through a historical novel, with each grave telling its own story. It's a place of contemplation and history, offering a unique perspective on the lives and legacies of those who shaped our world. Le Marais. This historic district is one of the trendiest neighborhoods in Paris. Known for its narrow medieval streets, beautiful mansions, and vibrant atmosphere, Le Marais is a mix of old-world charm and modern chic. Le Marais is home to some of Paris's best museums, including the Musée Picasso and the Musée Carnavalet, which tells the history of Paris. The Place des Vosges, the oldest planned square in Paris, is a lovely spot to relax and enjoy the surrounding architecture. It's also a great area for shopping, with a mix of high-end boutiques, vintage shops, and quirky stores. The neighborhood is also famous for its food scene. From traditional French bakeries to trendy cafes and some of the best falafel in the city, you'll find plenty of delicious options. And don't forget to explore the Jewish Quarter with its rich history and cultural heritage. Le Marais is a perfect blend of history, culture, and contemporary Parisian life. And that concludes our journey. Thank you for joining us on this adventure. Watch our other super cool videos and keep traveling with us.